Hi friends, it's Miss Carver. I have our last book for our book tournament today. And I know that today is now April 1st. We didn't quite get in our March Madness book tournament by the end of March, but that's okay. This is our last book, and then we'll do our last rounds of voting. And by the end of the week, we'll have a winner. So this is our last book. It's called I Am Human, and it's by Susan Verde. Is the writer, and then the artist is Peter Reynolds, and you've seen a lot of books that he's done artwork in before too. And Susan Verde has a few books that are called I Am, and then something like I Am Yoga, I Am Peace, I Am Love, and they're all really good, but I chose I Am Human for our book today. And it's a book about empathy. Empathy is when you feel the same feelings as someone else, even if what's happening isn't happening to you. So, for example, if someone gets hurt on the playground and falls down, and they have a cut on their knee, you feel their pain, and that doesn't mean that you feel the cut on your knee. It means that you know what they're going through, and you want to help them, and you want to make them feel better. And so we're going to talk about empathy and what that means in all sorts of ways today. All right, let's get started. I Am Human. I'm going to take the little book cover off because it's a little easier to read without it. So I'm going to snag that off here. All right. Ooh, that's beautiful. I Am Human, a book of empathy. I was born, a miracle, one of billions, but unique. Look at all the faces. I am human. I am always learning. I'm finding my way and choosing my path on this incredible journey. I have big dreams. I see possibility. I have endless curiosity. I make discoveries. I have a feeling of wonder. I am amazed by nature. Reminds me of our goldfish that we have. I'll have to update you on how they are. I have a playful side. I find joy in friendships. I am human. But being human means I am not perfect. I make mistakes. I can hurt others with my words and my actions, and even my silence. I can be hurt too. So she's upset about something he did, huh? And now he's upset that they're having fun without him, maybe? I'm not sure. That's true, we're not perfect, huh? Well, you know that. We make mistakes. That's in our daily affirmation, huh? But we know that we can learn from them. I can be fearful of things that I don't yet understand. And timid to try something new. That might be a new word for you. Everyone say timid. Yeah, timid. What do you think that means? Timid to try something new. Climb this out. He went over there and he's what do you think another word for timid might be? Yeah, I think nervous is a good option. Maybe a little scared. Timid is when you're not really ready for something. You kind of sit back and you're like, maybe. I'm not sure yet. So you might be a little nervous. That's okay. I have a heavy heart when I feel sadness. I'm human. But then I remind myself that because I am human, I can make choices. We have the power to choose. Remember how we learned that in our affirmation too. I can move forward. A poor choice can become a better choice with thoughtfulness. A bad day can become a great day with kindness. I can act with compassion and lend a helping hand. I can treat others with equality and be fair. I can choose not to fight, but instead to listen and find common ground. I can say, I'm sorry, and ask for forgiveness. I am human, one of billions, but unique. So unique, what do you think that means now? One of so many, right? Billions is even bigger than millions, which is bigger than thousands. It's so many. There's billions of people on our earth. But you are unique. You are different. You are different than anyone else in the world. And that's one of the most important things about yourself. I am not alone. I am connected to my friends, to my family, to the world. We are all humans together. I think that especially is true now with what's happening around the world, and that we're all fighting the COVID or coronavirus together by staying together and learning to stay home and protect each other, and know that our actions can make the world better right now, and can help everyone stay healthy. And so by being connected with friends, family, and to everyone in the world, we all remember that we're all humans, right? And I will keep trying to be the best version of me. I am full of hope. I am human. And then I'll come back to this. This is a little author's note at the back. But first I want to go back into the story. It's a really deep story. I loved learning about and thinking about how sometimes I do fight with people. And that's not the best, right? I make mistakes, and I need to stop and make sure that I'm listening and having conversations. And I know sometimes that happens in class, right? If people get into a fight or I see something happen that scared me, I might have gotten upset, but then I calm down, use my breathing tool or maybe other tools that we have in our toolbox. And I make sure I use my listening tool, right? And I talk to people and I think about it, and I try to be my best. So I really like how the story ends with remembering to be the best self, right? And I love this story about how it's okay, right, to make mistakes, but that we just keep trying to be the best version of ourselves. And lots full of hope. All right. At the end of the story here, there's a little author's note I'd love to read to you. It says, the journey of being human is one full of challenges, but it's also full of possibilities. This story is about what it means to be a human being, both as an individual on our own and within our worldwide human community. We're going to talk about our community unit coming up, so it's a really good book to think about with that. We make mistakes as humans, but also we have the ability to choose how we respond to our mistakes. We learn from them and change. We can be kind even when it's difficult, and we can choose love and compassion and celebrate the humanness in all of us. One way we can share our love and kindness with all humans is to practice a loving kindness meditation. Studies show that this makes us relax, but it also strengthens our brains to have more empathy, to be able to control our emotions, to be resilient, to be more compassionate, and not criticize others and ourselves. So here's the meditation. That's a simple one you can do every day. I'm going to repeat 4 phrases. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you be filled with peace. So when you're doing this meditation, you can sit comfortably with your eyes closed. Breathe in and out slowly through your nose. You can breathe out through your mouth or out through your nose, up to you. But notice how your breath fills your lungs and fills your whole body. Imagine someone you love is sitting in front of you. In your mind, tell that person the phrases above. And as you continue to breathe, feel your kind words and energy filling your heart space. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you be filled with peace. Next, imagine someone you might have challenges with, like a sibling or a classmate sitting in front of you. If that's difficult, you can choose someone more neutral, like someone maybe that you just don't know that very well. you don't have strong feelings towards. Repeat the phrases to that person and send them your loving energy. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you be filled with peace. And now bring to mind the other humans on this planet who maybe you haven't even met, who might need your love, compassion, kindness, and help. And repeat the phrases again to those who are in need that you don't even know, but you can still send your energy out to them. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you be filled with peace. And finally, think of yourself. So instead of saying, may you be healthy, we're going to say, may I be healthy. And I want you to talk to yourself this time and say it with me. Okay? Fill your own heart space with love for yourself as you repeat. May I be healthy. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be filled with peace. Take a moment to notice how this practice makes you feel, how it affects you and your relationships over time if you do it every day. We have the power to learn, to grow, and to love. We are filled with possibility. We are human. So I have a couple other activities that you guys can do as well. One of the ones I want to show you was was this one. And I already did my drawing because I didn't want to take too much time during the video. But it would, otherwise, this one would be a black and white picture. And it's basically a frame with a blank area in the middle. And all it is, it's a swirly frame for you to make your own creation. We're all human. We all draw differently. Our artwork is all unique. And I want you to think of something maybe that makes you happy, that makes you feel human. So it could be something that's not happy, because being human isn't only about happiness. But for me, I chose something that makes me happy. It makes me happy to be here in the world. And I thought about a bunch of balloons, and then I thought it'd be cool if we didn't really know where the balloons were going to, or who was holding them, and what was happening in the story. And that's okay, because there's so many possibilities. And so I just made this up. And it's a big bunch of balloons that are super bright colored, and they're all coming together, and someone's holding it, and they're rushing away with this big thing of balloons. And I wonder, even myself, the artist, right? I wanted to leave it open to your imagination where they might be going with the balloons, what they're doing with them, why they have them, so you can kind of think about your own thing. Sometimes with art, that's what's so cool, is even if the artist is like, no, this is a thing, I meant this to be this. When someone else looks at it, they might see something different. And that's what's so fun about going to museums and galleries and looking at other people's artwork, is that it might bring you different feelings and thoughts than someone else. And then you can talk about them and compare and learn from others. So that's why I wanted to make something that's a little mysterious, but also made me happy. And I hope it brings a smile to your face too. And then I decorated the cool frame. I added a red frame here, just filled that in. And then I went in the squiggly part with black, because I thought that was good to offset the bright colors in the middle, to have a black and white frame. But then I just couldn't help it, and I had to put some little gold accents around there. So you see the gold on there too. And then at the end, what you could do is you can cut it out. And you see that dotted line that's around the edge? That's to help you bubble cut. And you can get as close or as far away from that frame as you want. You don't have to go into these like bends like I did. You can always just do kind of a rectangle around it. And then the dots will kind of be like almost like another part of your frame. So like this, you can go straight across. And then I'm going to go back around on the edges like I did. Oops. Like I did down the side. Like so. And you see how my scissors haven't really moved. Remember how I taught you to keep the scissors in one hand? And then you're going to rotate the paper and into the scissors. And the scissors just keep opening and closing. And that way you don't hurt your wrist when you're cutting. You're not moving your wrist all crazy and turning it and being all weird. You have a lot more control if you hold it with your thumb up, your fingers through the bottom. and you're just opening and closing. That same motion, that's it, right? Much stronger that way. And then coming down the bottom, see, I'm going to turn the paper into it. And then I'm going to go straight across to kind of keep that a little more simple at the bottom. And then those dots, and my scraps. Put those in the recycling. Make sure you don't leave them on the floor wherever you're working, okay? And there we go. I have my artwork. And I can put it on my fridge with a magnet, or I could ask my parents if I could tape it to the wall or pin it to the wall, maybe in my bedroom or in the family room if I wanted the picture to make other people happy. I can also post it on another piece of paper if I wanted to make it pop. Maybe a nice piece of like green construction paper would be really pretty behind it. It looks kind of nice on black too, huh? All right, so that's my artwork. I better make sure I sign it though, because I'm the artist. I want people to be able to come to me if they have questions. So I'm gonna write just in the corner really small. I'm gonna write Miss C, little signature by the artist. Okay, you can do it on the back too if you need to. All right, so that's one thing you can do. You make your own artwork. Another thing that you can do is this little writing to go with our story. So in the story, we learned about lots of different emotions that the character was having, because it said that I am human, right? And we learned that humans have lots of different emotions. And he has a playful side. They can be hurt, right? They can feel scared and timid and fearful, right? But they can make choices to move forward, to be kind. The one that I connected with that I wanted to write about might be different than the one that you want to write about. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's okay if we choose something different. Mine was this one. I liked both these pages. I have endless curiosity. I make discoveries. I have a feeling of wonder, and I'm amazed by nature. So I was going to write and draw about that here. So you can see I already started with a little sketch. Do you think you know what that is? It reminded me of why I chose manta rays for our classroom. And it's because I went to Hawaii and I saw manta rays. And I was just like, wow, they just blew me away with how big they are, but how gentle they are, and just how they look. Like a ray is such an interesting shaped animal to me. And so I always think it just makes me more curious whenever I think about them, about all the magic around us that's in all different forms, like animals and plants and all sorts of things. So I wanted to include a manta ray in my drawing because I am amazed by nature and I love studying it. I'm also going to include a goldfish because I couldn't help it from our story. There was a fish, so I had to draw a fish too. So I was going to draw a fish over here. And the little fishy fin. He's got those little lippies here. Then we got the little fins down there. And then he's got his fin in the back here. And then we got a little goldfish fin here too. And there's his eye. So we got a little goldfish. So I'll go back and color this in later. Maybe add some more creatures into my ocean too. But I wanted to write at the bottom with you guys too. So it says, I feel, and I was connecting it to my story. I feel curious. So you see the I feel I already wrote? I feel. And look what I put between the words. What are those called? Yeah, spaces. Make sure you have those spaces, okay? I feel curious. It sounds like an E, huh? But for some reason, it's an I. If you wrote an E, that's okay. You can also check the book. So here is the word curious and curiosity. So I'm just taking the curious part in there. Just spelled a little different, but that's okay. Okay, I feel curious about nature. And now I'm going to talk about my drawing. I drew ooh. Sounds like O-O, doesn't it? Drew. Okay, that's how I spelled drew. Now, if we say draw, the E is a A. Okay, draw. And we've been practicing that as a sight word at school, so I hope you guys work on that, okay? I drew ocean I drew ocean animals. There we go. I have 2 sentences. You guys can keep going on and on about other things you're curious about and other feelings you're having. But I wanted to just connect with at least one of them from the story. Okay, so that's something else you guys can work on. Now, on the back of this paper, you see how I'm reusing. Make sure you use both sides of your paper always, okay? Unless, like this one, you're going to post it on something, and then the back you won't be able to see. But for this, I actually had, you remember my dog Lady that lives with my parents? Well, I'm over at my parents' house right now. And so I said, I want to play this game. And I need a partner, and everyone else was busy. So I said, hey, Lady, come here, honey. And she came over and I picked her up and I put the pencil in her paw. And with her, she drew this big squiggle on the paper for me. So what you're going to do is with your partner, okay, you draw a squiggle and they draw a squiggle. Okay, so I drew, Lady can't really draw too well on her own. So I didn't draw her a squiggle, but she drew me one. And so this is what the squiggle was. And now your challenge as an artist is to take this and make it into a drawing. Okay, so relax, have fun, use your imagination, and go for it and make it into something. And remember, this is how she drew it, but could I go like this and draw it into something? Maybe you see something in there that you would make it into. I could go like this. Kind of looks like a dancer to me. Or maybe a lake here. Over here. Ooh, I like that side. I think I'm going to come back to that side. But when it was like this, it reminded me of a jellyfish. And I was like, oh, I could put it into a jellyfish maybe. But then when I turned it this way, I saw something really cool. So I'm inspired by this one. I'm going to do something here. Let's see if you guys see the same thing I see. And if you see something different, that's awesome. Because we should. We're different people. I wonder if you guys see what I see. And then you don't have to stay on the lines. You can make it into whatever you want. The squiggle is just to start you off, to inspire you. That's my coast. Remember that word, coastline? So here I have lots of green. Now I'm doing a quick picture. I would love to have more time to go back and do this after, though. And add more details. You guys at home can definitely take a little more time than I am here, okay? Don't feel rushed. Okay, this is the hard part because I see it in my brain, but I want to make it come to life. And sometimes that's hard. And that's okay if sometimes it's an ish picture. If what you did didn't quite match what you saw in your head. It can be an ish picture, right? So this is superhero-ish. All right, where is the other color I wanted? I wanted my blue, but I have misplaced it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so he's under the ocean. And then all of a sudden he comes out and he flies. Flying like a superhero. So he dove in and he climbed out. Dun 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 dun. Superhero. But somehow he had to get into the water. So maybe he was all hot up here because it's nice and sunny. He was like, oh, I'm flying. And then I'm so hot, so I'm going to take a dip into the water. And then he got wet. So maybe that's all the wetness coming off of the superhero flying through the air. So cool. A superhero wearing a dress because it flows so cool. So there's a dress for my superhero. Whee! And some legs coming out. And then my superhero is going to have a really cool cape. Better make that a red cape. I like red for capes. Dun 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 dun. I'm going to give the superhero some hair right there. There we go. Yay! What a cool Scrabble picture. And that's the end. So yeah, I had some fun with those activities. Our book was called I Am Human. And I'm going to have us maybe practice a little meditation or our daily affirmation maybe in our next Zoom call, which will be really fun. But remember, may you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. May you be filled with peace. I miss you all. Love you.